What is Post Impressionism? Post Impressionism is a mostly French art movement that flourishes roughly between 1886 and 1905, roughly from the Impressionist era to the birth of Fauvism. The movement arose in response to Impressionism's emphasis on naturalistic depictions of light and color. The brief history of Post-Impressionism. The term Post-Impressionism was the first used by English art critic Robert Fry in 1906 and used it again in 1910 on a subject called the Manites and the Post-Impressionists. Post-Impressionism was more like a time or period of painting rather than a style or movement. The artists at the time made and developed their own style of painting. One of the interesting facts of the history of Post-Impressionism was it helped to inspire the future art movements like Cubism, Surrealism, and Expressionism. The young painters in this period, Pablo Picasso and Henri Matisse, referred Paul Cézanne as the father of us all.
The post-impressionists rejected impressionism's concern with spontaneous and naturalistic rendering of light and color. Instead, they favored an emphasis on more symbolic content, formal order, and structure. Similar to impressionists, however, they stressed the artificial of the picture. What makes post-impressionism different from impressionism? Post-impressionism both extended impressionism while rejecting its limitations. The artists continued on using vivid colors and real-life subject matter, but they also focused on emphasizing geometric forms and distorted forms. In expressing art, and they also did unnatural and random use of colors. The post-impressionists learned about using light, shadows, and colors in their art from the impressionists, but they also made their own styles which differentiates them from impressionism. They made new ideas into the art, and they made new techniques, subject, perspective, and shapes that expresses their thoughts and emotions in their art.
Hey guys, this is me, Bacatan, and if you notice that my voice is kind of weird, it's because that I have runny nose, and that's not an excuse for not making this video. So, I'm gonna talk about the famous artists and their works in the post-impressionism era. So, to start off, first is Paul Cézanne. He's a French painter and one of the greatest post-impressionists. His works and ideas were influential. He's really influential in the art movement called Cubism. So one of his works was The Basket of Apples. Due to its unbalanced parts, oh no, why are you so noisy? Okay. Due to its unbalanced parts, it was regarded as a balanced composition. This type of painting helped to form a bridge from Cubism to Impressionism. And it was said that in this painting, everything seems satisfactory until someone notices the error. So I think my opinion was right, that the most beautiful things are not perfect. They are special. Just kidding, it's not my opinion, I just saw it on Facebook. The next artist, or the second one, is Henri Rousseau. He's also known as the Tall Collector. He became the archetypal naive artist. His amateurish technique and unusual composition earned the respect of Pablo Picasso and Wassily Kandinsky for revealing the new possibilities of simplicity. One of his works was The Sleeping Gypsy. It was painted on 1897. In this painting, in my opinion, and in some beliefs and traditions of people, they believe that the lion is a cruel predator. But I think it's not. Because in this painting, the lion seems to be a guardian angel of the woman in the darkness, which makes the painting kind of quiet and peaceful. And for our third artist, the last but not the least. This artist is pretty famous, and I think most of you guys know him. His name is Vincent van Gogh. He's also one of the greatest post-impressionists. His style of painting, like his brushstrokes, striking color, and forms, powerfully influenced the expressionism in modern art. One of his works was The Starry Night. I am biased in including this artwork in my report because it's one of my favorite. Just wanna share this, guys. I even posted it as one of my cover photos in my FB account. Back to the topic. The Starry Night was painted on June 1889. It represents the view from the east-facing window of his asylum room just before sunrise. One fact about this painting is even if it's one of his famous works, he considered it as a failure, according to what he wrote to his brother. Sorry to say this, Mr. Vincent van Gogh, but if you considered it as a failure, I considered it as a treasure and a precious painting that never fails to amaze me. So that's all for my report, guys. Thank you for listening.